Hello and welcome to Barbershop Books Storytime with Alvin Irby. That's me. Today's story is a cool story. I know I say it every time, but it is a cool story. Today's story is called My Five Senses. Let's take a look at the book cover. So, what do we see? We see a little boy, but I see some arrows and some lines pointing to different things. Let's take a look at what some of these arrows are pointing to. One of the arrows is pointing to his finger. Another arrow is pointing to the little boy's tongue. Another one to his nose. Another arrow is pointing to his eyes. And can you see where the last arrow is pointing? His ears. So I think this story is about the five senses. Do you know what they are? It's your sense of sight, your sense of smell, your sense of taste with your tongue, your sense of touch with your finger, and hearing, sense of hearing with your ears. So let's hop into today's story and find out more about the five senses. Today's story is called My Five Senses. Let's see. I can see. I see with my eyes. And look, there's a little boy, and he's looking straight at us. I can hear. I hear with my ears. And look, the little boy has his hands up next to his ears. Looks like he's being a really good listener. You know what I hear right now? I hear a siren. I don't know if you can hear it. I can smell. I smell with my nose. And look, in the picture, the boy is smelling a flower. I think it's a rose. It looks like a rose. But I can't see the stem. And usually the stem of a rose has thorns on it. They're really pokey and sharp. But that's one of the ways that I know if a flower is a rose, because I can look at the stem and see the thorns. So what have we learned about so far? We learned that you can see with your eyes, you can hear with your ears, and you can smell with your nose. Are there any type of flowers that you like to smell? Some flowers smell really good, and some smell a little stinky. I can taste. I taste with my tongue. And look, here's a little boy, and he's tasting some yummy ice cream that's on an ice cream cone. Do you like to taste ice cream? I love ice cream. Although my favorite flavor is vanilla. And my second favorite flavor is cookies and cream. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Is it peanut butter? Oh wait, no, probably not. Is it strawberry? How about chocolate? Or maybe you like an exotic flavor like birthday cake ice cream? Or I don't know, mango ice cream? There's so many different flavors to like. All right, let's keep reading the story. I can touch. I touch with my fingers. And look, the little boy in the story is petting a rabbit. How do you think the rabbit feels? Do you think the rabbit feels soft and fluffy? I think the rabbit probably feels soft and fluffy because rabbits have fur, and fur is usually soft and fluffy. I do all this with my senses. I have 5 senses. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 senses. When I see the sun or a frog or my baby sister, I use my sense of sight. I am seeing. And look, here's the frog and there's the sun. Do you see it? The frog is right here and the sun right here. And look, his baby sister. Ooh, it looked like she's using her sense of taste, but I'm not sure she should be tasting her teddy bear. Let's see. When I hear a drum or a fire engine or a bird, I use my sense of hearing. I am hearing. And look, you can see all the different things that he mentioned. I see a fire truck, I see a drum, and I see a bird. Now, what are the different sounds that those things make? Well, a fire engine is what maybe we just heard, and that is a siren. A police car can make a siren, a fire truck can make a siren, an ambulance can make a siren. Any type of emergency vehicle that you see when there's an emergency, they usually have a siren to let people know, hey, there's an emergency, so you should pull your car over so that we, zoom, can get by. A drum, well, it makes a drumming sound or a banging sound. And then birds, well, birds can make all types of sounds. Some of them sound like they're singing. A lot of birds make chirping sounds. And ducks, well, they kind of make a sound like this. I'm not even sure what that sound is called, but I think that's kind of like the sound that a duck makes. Okay, let's keep going. When I smell soap or a pine tree or cookies just out of the oven, I use my sense of smell. I am smelling. And look, there's a picture that has all those different things. Do you see the fresh baked cookies? They're right here. And you know how I can tell that they're fresh baked cookies out of the oven or that they're warm? Because I see these little heat streaks coming off of them, letting us know that there's heat coming off of the cookies, meaning that they're probably still hot. They have to cool off before you can eat them because you don't want to burn your tongue. You need that to taste. And where's the pine tree? Well, it's right here. How can I tell? Well, I see these pine needles and I see pine cones. And of course, the soap, it's right here. It's pink and it's bubbly. You can see some soap bubbles underneath. So it's really important. Let's see what's next. When I drink my milk and eat my food, I use my sense of taste. I am tasting. And look, here's the little boy eating food. And here's a cup of milk. Let's see what kind of food the boy is eating. I think he may be eating spaghetti. That looks like spaghetti. And here's a salad. This boy is eating healthy. That's really good. Okay, let's see what's next. When I touch a kitten or a balloon or water, I use my sense of touch. I am touching. And you use your fingers to touch. And let's see. I see a balloon. It's right here. Boop. I see some water. It's right here. And look, it's in this little tub. And there's even a little sailboat inside of the tub or on the water. And here's a kitten. How do you think the kitten feels? Is it rough and hard? Probably not, unless maybe it hasn't had a bath in like forever. Usually, a cat is kind of soft and fluffy because it has fur. And remember, a lot of times fur is soft and it's fluffy. Now, some cats may be fluffier or softer than others. It depends on what type of fur they have. All right, let's keep reading. Sometimes I use all my senses all at once. Sometimes I use only one. I often play a game with myself. I guess how many senses I am using at that time. Which senses are you using right now? Well, if you're watching me, then you're using your sense of sight. If you're listening to me, then you're using your sense of hearing. But you can't smell through the video. You can't taste through the video. And there's nothing to feel through the video. So I guess you're only using two senses right now. When I look at the moon and the stars, I use one sense. And what sense is that? Well, it's your sense of sight. I am seeing. Oh, sorry, forgot to show you the picture. So here's a little boy, and look what he's doing. He's staring up at the moon. When I laugh and play with my puppy, I use four senses. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see, I hear, I smell, and I touch. Cool. And look, it looks like the little boy is having a lot of fun playing with his puppy. When I bounce a ball, I use three senses. I wonder which ones. I see, I hear, and I touch. Oh, that's right, because when you bounce a ball, guess what? You can hear the ball bouncing on the ground. Or wherever you're bouncing it, because I guess you could bounce a ball on the wall, but that might not be really safe. I see, I hear, and I touch. And look, here's the little boy bouncing the ball, and it looks like he's running too. Sometimes I use more of one sense and less of another. More of one sense and less of another. I wonder what the little boy means when he says that. But each sense is very important to me because it makes me aware. To be aware is to see all there is to see. And look, there's the little boy, and it looks like he's looking around, probably being aware of his surroundings to see what's going on. Hear all there is to hear. And look, he has his eyes closed, and it looks like he's listening really, really hard. Smell all there is to smell. And look, It looks like he's focusing on smelling. I like to smell delicious food when it's cooking. But sometimes if I'm outside and I walk past a lot of garbage, I do not want to use my sense of smell because it's so stinky. Taste all there is to taste. I love tasting yummy food. What about you? What's my favorite thing to taste? I like Brussels sprouts and pizza. Ooh, Brussels sprout pizza. Well, I don't know about that. Ooh, I love to taste nachos. Ooh, touch all there is to touch. So he likes to see all there is to see. He likes to hear all there is to hear. He likes to smell all there is to smell. And he likes to taste all there is to taste. And guess what the last thing is? He loves to touch all there is to touch. Wherever I go, whatever I do, every minute of the day, my senses are working. They make me aware. And look, here he is using all of his senses. Let's see. Well, he's touching and tasting the apple. He has a flower, which he can probably smell. And I bet you the dog may be making some dog sounds. So, yep, it looks like he's using all of his senses. And guess what? That's the end of the story. Today, for Barbershop Book Story Time, we read a book called My Five Senses. And in this story, we learned about all of the different senses that we have. Now, there are some people who may not have all of their senses. Because sometimes in life, sometimes someone can be born without a sense, or sometimes something can happen where they may lose one of their senses, or even more than one. But guess what? No matter if you have all of your senses or you have a few, it's really, really cool to learn about our bodies. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's story. Until next time, bye.